We are excited to overview some of the new features in the Impulse Response module of Audio Tools. These new features also apply to the standalone Room Impulse Response application. If you are new to Audio Tools or our applications, if you purchase the standalone Room Impulse Response application, it automatically unlocks the Impulse Response module in Audio Tools. The current version of Impulse Response is fully supported in iOS 7. New versions of Audio Tools include upgraded flat graphics, higher detail and analysis, and consistent styling to the rest of the look and feel of iOS 7. When recording an impulse directly like a balloon pop, hand clap, or starter pistol, customers have requested that we increase our maximum recording time so that you can start the recording in Audio Tools, move to the measurement location, and go back to stop the recording. When impulse is selected in the recording screen, the maximum recording time is now increased to 100 seconds to support this request. We've created a new setup menu that is accessed through the wrench icon on the main IR screen. This setup menu includes all of the analysis options you will need while analyzing impulse responses. It is now separate from the IR recording menu. In the setup menu, you have options for ETC windowing, generator output, FFT graphing options, options for load, import, or to re-download measurement signals, and finally there is the options for the 3D waterfall. We will cover some of these new features in the next sections. An exciting new feature is ETC windowing. The windowing functions let you easily perform gated impulse response measurements. This is often used to remove the impact of room reflections when making loudspeaker measurements. This technique can also be used to fade out the noise floor of the impulse response after the reverb has decayed. Options for ETC windowing are in the Setup menu. You can choose the window type for both the left and right windows from a number of popular options, set the left and right window points, as well as the center point of the window in milliseconds. By default, this is set to 0 milliseconds, which corresponds to the onset of the direct sound. But changing this to further in the ETC can let you window out a reflection and look at the frequency response of just that reflection. The FFT option settings let you adjust the graphing range of the FFT plot, as well as lock the FFT scale. If you have purchased the Reference Curves in-app upgrade in Audio Tools, options for setting up reference curves are found here as well. You can also select the option to sum FFTs. To sum FFTs, select this option and then load or measure 2 impulse responses. This will then create a third FFT trace that is the sum of both IR1 and IR2. Our final new feature is the ability to create a 3D waterfall plot from your IRs. The waterfall analysis is a way of looking at energy over frequency over time in an impulse response. The analysis works by taking a small slice of the impulse response, windowing it in the time domain, and then plotting the FFT of the slice. Then the window is moved in time and another slice is analyzed and plotted. This is repeated a number of times and creates a 3D graph which helps to look at how energy present at the beginning of the impulse response decays over time. The 3D plot can be rotated by using a single finger gesture to interact with the plot. Options for the waterfall analysis can be adjusted in the setup screen in the 3D waterfall settings. Program-wide, Audio Tools supports Dropbox Sync. This is a very powerful feature that lets you sync measurements and results to a shared Dropbox folder every time a measurement is saved. This happens automatically and can also be set up to transfer WAV audio files as well as the XLS data file. Thank you for watching this overview of new features in the Impulse Response module of Audio Tools.